back to the Healthy Kosher Network, your kosher source designed to improve your health and your life. This is episode 3 in the Healthy Kosher Mental Health series. Is there a strong link between nutrition and ADD, ADHD? My name is Travis, and our goal at the Healthy Kosher Network is to help you and your family be at your healthy kosher best in every aspect of your lives. And please be sure to tap the like, subscribe, and notification buttons if you haven't already done so you and tell your loved ones about the Healthy Kosher Network. So the medical and psychiatric communities, if you do some research online and look at Harvard's publications, studies, and opinions by the American Psychiatric Association, the American Mental Association, and other respected sources, they speak inconclusively about the influence of diet on the prevalence of ADHD, ADD, hyperactivity disorder. And to speak personally, I was diagnosed with hyperactivity disorder back in the mid-70s when I was in 3rd grade and couldn't sit still, and it was recommended that I be prescribed Ritalin, which my mother resisted, thank Hashem. And I was never medicated by the medical community or the psychiatric community for my attention issues. And I struggled mightily as I grew up with attention, and to this day I still have, I have those issues. And however, because I wasn't medicated by prescription, I was able to formulate my own best practices, behavior modifications, etc., to work against or work with my challenges, not work against, but work with my challenges to become the person I have become. In any event, the reason I'm making this video is because I've studied this topic, ADHD, over time with my own personal experience in mind and learning about how to deal with it, and then seeing it crop up in the males in our children to varying degrees with our two boys. So why I'm wanting to get into this here is because as a result of continuing to pare down the amount of carb that I eat to really less than 10%, and eliminating long gone all the added sugar and any food products with sugar in them, and then really paring down on anything that of a complex carb nature that has an inherent sugar in it in any amount, like potatoes, rice, fruits like oranges, mango, high fructose content. And then going even farther and getting into intermittent fasting, where the amount of food I eat is restricted more and more and more, to where I'm doing 1 meal a day now, and really, focusing tightly on the food I eat. Well, the more I've gone down that continuum, the more attention that I've been able to gain. The less sugar, the less complex carb that I ingest, the higher my focus, to the point where attention issues have become a thing of the past for me. If I want to sit and pay attention to something, I have no problem. I don't get lazy, sleepy, I don't get spacey, all that stuff. If you suffer from these symptoms of attention issues, I just don't get them anymore. If I want to focus in on something, I can focus in on something. Does distraction happen? Yeah, but not any more than probably what you would call a normal person would when they get distracted by something and need to refocus. And it's remarkable. And so I've gone in and done some more research today and in the past week and a half or two, a couple of different times, looking at the respected psychological community sources for tests that have been done on people, experiments and control groups and placebo, etc. All these. I'm not verbalizing this very well because I'm not thinking about how studies and the language and the nomenclature works in studies. but there hasn't been studies done the following way, and what I would say would be the parameters of a really good study. You take, whatever your group is, your trial group, whether it be 100 people or 1,000 people, and you put them on a strict no sugar. And these are people with ADD, ADHD, preferably preteens and teens that have a significant problem with attention, and take them off any medication, and then put them on any ADD, ADHD medication like Adderall, Ritalin, etc., and put them on a strict low carb diet for a period of time, whether it be, I would say it needs to be at least 3 months, if not 6 months or more. And then, have various control groups, whether, you have, you monitor people's, who, you may have some variation there in some other groups. You have obviously a control group, and then you have people who may take away any added sugar, where they're, sugary sodas, you take away that from a certain group of people, and then just leave them on a normal diet, that they can pick and choose what they want, whether it be crackers, cookies, and just a normal American diet. But then, just eliminate certain sugary drinks or whatever, and has various, like I'd say 3 or 4 different groups of people with different dietary modification, as well as in the control group that doesn't have any changes in their diets, and see what that really looks like. My belief is that after a period of months, that group on a very low carb diet with no sugar in their diet and no added sugar, and really limiting the amount of, orange juice, oranges, mango, crackers, cookies, cakes, that group would probably, in my opinion, their attention issues would dramatically shrink. Would we end up finding a certain group of people who still have attention issues? I believe so, and maybe those people need to be on medication. But the conclusion of those experiments and those studies that I believe would reveal that probably, 60, 70, 80% of people who are currently on medication for attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, would no longer need medication through dietary changes alone. That's my belief. That's something that I wish could be tested, and I highly recommend that, again, and anything that I'm recommending here should be cleared through medical and or psychiatric professionals. But I would highly recommend dietary changes to see if that might help yourself or loved ones as they deal with such issues. So stay tuned to the Healthy Kosher Network for more valuable information and regular updates throughout the week. We encourage you to comment and message us with any thoughts, suggestions, or questions you may have. We'll work hard to get you the answers you need to improve your healthy kosher lives. Please be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on for the Healthy Kosher Network so you can stay current with our latest updates and get the most out of your healthy kosher life. Thanks for watching.